Alright, today I am going to show you how I beat the last Knit at Night trial in Sackboy, a big adventure. So right off the start, we are going to start fast because we know we've failed on this part many times, so might as well go fast, and if we fail, then at least it's at the beginning. And this isn't even the hard part, so as you can see here, I'm doing a lot of rolls, and you don't want to go for every clock when you do this trial, but the ones that tend to be on the path, those are the ones you get. And right away we finished that. I'm gonna keep going fast on this part. Once again, I've done this part the most, and that's because these are the first ones, so you'll get a lot of practice just by failing over and over again. And here we're gonna go for this clock here. Even though it's just -2 seconds, we have to, it's better to wait for these to go down anyways. I'm also not like speed running this, I'm still going fast, but it's not a speed run. And I've done this so many times, so this is all muscle memory at this point. So if you're watching this and you're trying to do the figure out how you could beat this for the platinum trophy, you just have to keep doing it over and over, and just take your time on parts that you're not comfortable with, and on other parts you can speed run. Like here, I'm speed running this as fast as I can. That's because here I know that there's a shortcut I can do here. I hover jump, I hit, and then I dash, and I'm able to skip one of the circles. I don't risk it here because I knew sometimes like I fall down there, and I'm already a minute in here, so if I keep falling at these small areas, I don't feel like having to restart the whole thing. This is probably the easiest one. Yeah, we just have to avoid getting hit by these guys, and you can keep dashing along these. I like jumping on them sometimes for airtime. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna see that when I finish, like I don't finish like with a lot of time remaining, but it's enough time to get it done. I ignored that clock there because I took the top path. A lot of people might take the bottom path to pick up the clock. It really doesn't matter. It's only 2 seconds. You spend those 2 seconds waiting at other parts anyways. At the end, if you really need those clocks, there's a lot of clocks you can pick up. Here I like to wait for the blocks to spin. This is the trickiest one, the first like trickiest one where I have to actually take my time, and that's because I do not like getting scared by the blocks. I think it happens eventually, but if the blocks spin and you're landing on them, then they can launch you, or you might even fall off. Also, you'll see I like to pause a lot just to, if my hands are getting sweaty, or if I need to just figure out what I should do next. There's probably my hands were getting sweaty. Here I like to dash on these, and I know when the blocks are going to turn, so I stop dashing and I hover a bit. I know this can be tricky for a lot of people that are trying to speedrun this one. You might not be good with the rhythm, but you know what? As long as you just take your time on that part, it's fairly easy. This is basically halfway through. So we want to get that clock because it's in the path. If you're too scared about getting hit because you didn't jump at the right time, maybe just go past it. It's not worth like waiting for clocks and like wasting time just trying to get one, and also risking getting hit by something. So here I'm gonna skip this clock because I've panicked too many times, like with the rockets coming, and also I just save time anyways by just rolling really fast here. I do wait here because before my trials before, I was getting hit off there by mistiming it, so I want to make sure I got the timing right. I've spent hours and hours on this part, like this whole trial. I think I spent like at least 5 hours just trying to get this down. So but like here I'm just trying to show you like my strategy in case it helps. I know there's a lot of people, this is an old game, a lot of people probably did it already following other guides, but here I'm taking, you see this is the slowest I've been the whole time. You'll notice I like to, as the crabs are coming towards me, I tried jumping across towards where I know they wouldn't be, because they always go to the corner, so I want to try staying in the center. Here I know you could dash, but I'm scared here about dashing into the eels. This one is a tricky part. I like to wait for it to me able to go straight, and then I go around that. And you're just going to keep circling around this. Wait for the crabs to come back, and just try getting around as safe as possible. Here I'm going to go a bit faster here because it's a free path. You just keep rolling and dodging those. And then here I'm going to... Oh, see, this one is a bit scary if like you go fast, but I'm going to keep dodging and rolling in the air. This is, I could go fast here because these are pretty much... You know, you just follow the path, and you have to be aware of where these, I guess they're jellyfish. This is the hardest part because you have to know like which path is gonna spawn. What I like to do is just follow the jellyfish. When I'm at the last one, I don't wait for it, and I just go as fast as possible. After that, I pause here because that's like one of the harder parts. Like I know I'm like getting far, so I want to catch a breather and just take my time. This one, my strat is I just try following where the spikes are, and I know not like which area not to jump on. Here I go to the left to get that clock. Might as well save 2 seconds. And I pause here because I don't know, I just messed up a lot on these. Pausing just helps me. When you pause, the clock isn't ticking down, so you might as well use the pause as much as you can. Like when you need to get a breather. I go for that clock there because it's easy, and you have to go to the right anyways. This final part isn't too bad. Overall, the spikes aren't bad as long as you're paying attention. This is one of the easiest parts that we're at right now. You just want to keep dodging these balls. I don't go for that clock because those 2 seconds I spend going there are kind of just, I just get them back. So it's not, I don't know, it's like some clocks are just out of the way and it's not really worth getting. You don't really save any time. You might save maybe half a second overall. But I go for this clock because it's in the general path, and I have to wait for the balls to go anyways. And I just keep pausing here. This was after a long day of trying this, so this is fairly easy if you just take your time jumping over the balls. Now this part that we're at right now, this one's might be the slowest part of the whole run, and that's because we want to go around these spikes. But we also want to, at some points, there's no point of risking falling off. So here, we're just going to, you'll see I go to the circle, but it's kind of pointless because you want to go on the big one to be able to reach this S shape. And here, I'm just going to wait because if it's going to bring us to where we need to be anyways. So now I go around here. I might have went to like the wrong way there. This is a bit I mean, if you really want, you could, if you have enough time to spare, you could wait and just jump onto the next area when it passes by, but you don't want to spend too long here because you are wasting a lot of time if you're just sitting around. But if you have time to spare and you know you can do the next parts fast, you can take as much time as you want at that part. Now this part is a bit tricky because you want to go fast, but also you want to be careful of where these pufferfish are. And here I'm just going to sprint. I have a couple of close calls here, and it's just I have to go fast here or else I feel like I'm going to get hit. I don't go for anything risky. I'm just trying to get to the end here. I know this is the second to last part. No, the third to last part. So I am just trying to get through as much as possible. And here I panic a bit because I almost got hit. I feel like I'm about to pause here again. Yep, there we go. So now the lasers, a lot of people tend to start rolling over this, but I know I want to be careful so I can get through the next part very easily. If I panic at all, it's gonna mess up my run. So here I know we just want to go on the middle here, and then I'm gonna wait till it's clear to jump. This clock is worth getting because you have to wait for the lasers to go back anyways. And almost got hit there, which was pretty scary. This part, I decided that I wasn't going to go for the middle because I've gotten hit too many times trying to go for the middle. Even like when I was doing the trial, like in the laser trial on its own. So I just decided to skip that clock. And now here I know I have 1 minute left. to get gold, so I just take my time. I also know that we're gonna have a lot of clocks at the end to reduce our time. So here I just wait till the path is clear, and then I start rolling. This is pretty easy if you take your time and you just watch out for the fire, because it lights up which path you should take next, pretty much. So as long as you're not standing where the fire is, you're pretty much fine. And like that, we're already at the end. And here I was so nervous. Like, this is the easiest part, but I was like, I don't know, this is the farthest I got. So here we're just gonna pick up as many clocks. I don't think I would have lost the gold at this point because I had 30 seconds left, but I might as well get the clocks just to save my time. I'm not gonna go for all of the clocks because I know I have now my time is reduced so much that I can just get as low as possible. I could just technically avoid these if I wanted to, but I just go for them just in case. I don't know, I'm just reducing my time as much as possible here. Here I was kind of nervous because I realized I wasn't like centered on the platform, so I felt like I was about to shake myself off. So you might want to center yourself there. Here I'm just like going for, my time is below 9 minutes right now, so I'm just going for like anything that isn't risky. So I'm just going straight to the end here. And now, yeah, it's just a straight shot to the end, and yeah, there we go. I got the last orb, and my time was 8:55, so that's under 10 minutes, and I'm gonna get the last 3 orbs, plus the trophy. So if you follow this guide and it works, leave your comments if you're struggling. I mean, hopefully this helps, and yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.